Hello you all, welcome to the channel, and in this video you can hear the weekly forecast for your star sign. The week is 22nd to 28th of September 2025. This reading is for Cancer, Sun, Moon and also Rising, and while most of you are probably here to listen to your sun sign, because that reading is going to tell you the events and the people that you are going to face into the week. Listening to your moon sign is not less important, because that reading is going to show you how these events and people are going to make you feel. And if you know your rising sign, listening to that reading is going to tell you what is going to be the best way to handle them around. So listening to all three of your major signs is going to broaden up the reading for you and is going to personalize it to a fairly large extent, I would say. So the first card for you, Cancer, that will be 10 of Cups, followed by the Fool, and then it is a King of Cups. So the method is elemental dignities that it is used for that reading. And you will receive a written invitation this week, in which you will be expected to answer rather quite swiftly. So you won't have much time to think about it, much time to waste. This written invitation, can I put it into words? I would say, comes in the very last moment. And it is one that you hope to get. And that invitation could be about literally everything. It could be inviting you to work with someone, or inviting you out on a date, inviting you to move in, and so on and so forth. And this getting that written invitation from this person here, which is a King of Cups, will brighten your day. I would say it that way. It's gonna brighten your day, and you wouldn't have to resort to some new means, or even would say new beginnings, which is where the Fool stands next to the 10 of Cups. We do have a passive neutrals here. I wouldn't kind of like bore you with the technique itself, elemental dignities, but we have a passive neutrals, meaning that you don't have to step away, right? You don't have to move on or go on. So I would say that with this person, whether there was some disagreement up until this point, some quarrels, if you wish to have a personal reading with me, you can go to my website, which link you can find in the description down below. And there at the very front page, you can see a full list of my services and as well their pricing. So based on your budget and also your needs, you can go for whichever one suits you best. Where probably that individual was quite indecisive whether to include you in their lives or in their business, or whether should they not include you in their lives and in their business. Someone that is going back and forth. For example, you may be dating, but it's kind of like they are not taking any actions to make the matters more committed, right? They aren't making any decisive moves, displaying to the world that you are together, and they're going back and forth. And so usually people get tired from that, and they're putting some kind of at least in my experience, people were putting some kind of a deadline. If he doesn't ask me to move in within 3 months, then I'm just gonna move on with someone else, or at least I'm gonna try to. And if we're following that example, you will get the invitation before these 3 months tick in, which is that week, 22nd to 28th of September. And you will end up being quite happy of it. Or the example could be that if he doesn't send me a proposition for work, I'm just gonna start looking for another job, right? You talk with someone, you went through the interviews, and then silence. So you're thinking, if they don't invite me to work for them next week, then I'm just gonna start looking for another one. And the invitation comes about. Now, looking at the cards, there will be no reason to decline the invitation. The problems that you had experienced with this person was up until this point, and at least for the next 6 months to 1 year, you will see no struggles with them, whether to get along with them, whether to work with them, whether to make love with them as well. And you are generally going to have a really, really pleasant and worth your while type of experience, but it will be a serious one. That is something you need to be prepared for. If up until this point you both played quite unattached to one another, quite carefree, and you are just, meddling with stuff around and doing things for the shits and giggles, this isn't going to be the case from there on. There will be quite of a serious situations, and when I say do serious, I mean kind of like demanding situations in between you two where you have to take responsibility toward one another, and that is going to be the severe change in the perspective of your relationship with that person. I hope you're ready for it, because again, this invitation, there will be no reason for you literally to decline it, because it's going to happen to be something you are opting for, hoping for, striving for. This was your forecast, and if you enjoyed it, please consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. Leave a like, comment on the video as well if you feel the need to do so. And if you think that this video can help someone you know, then you can share it with them as well. Other than that, hopefully we're going to see each other next time, and until then, bye.